What's up? I'm Emily, and this is a weekly reading for August 10th through August 17th. So I pulled a few cards to look at the energy, the current energy, the energy that's kind of driving everything, and the advice. And then I pulled just sort of, I'm going to keep the card underneath the deck because I felt like it was relevant. So the first card that we have, and it's so fitting, the light behind me, is the Hermit. And if I can get it to focus. And you can see in this card that the artist chose a turtle, which is like super appropriate for the Hermit, because the Hermit's all about kind of shutting off the inside and going within to find the answers to whatever you're going through. And judging by the looks of things, it looks like this is a pretty heavy, is the word coming to mind, heavy situation or situations. Big decision or processing something that carries a lot more weight. And I say that because the next card is Judgment, and I'll get into that in a minute. But, you know, with the turtle carries its home on its back. And I think there's a lot to be said for that, is that, you know, we live in a society where we feel like we have to look outside ourselves, not just for like answers, but for fulfillment. You know, I need this phone, I need that computer, I need a better porch light, I need. And I think turtle energy here is reminding you that you already have all that you need. The other thing is that, like, with the light on top here, and if you notice, almost saw it there, it's the only color on the card. And it's like going within to find that spark. And I think that with this too, it's saying that, like, maybe you feel like you've lost your fire. Maybe you feel like you've lost your passion. And, I know that I've been feeling that. It's sort of this, like, get up every day, do the same thing kind of blah energy. And this is like, what do I need? What do I need? What do I need to know? What do I need to understand? What am I not seeing? What am I not seeing because I'm not slowing down? Turtle energy is about slowing down, taking a break, hitting the pause button, and just being. It's a beingness. Like, I think all the time, like, I remember I used to live out in the middle of nowhere, and me and my dog would go on these runs. And we lived on like a 40-mile-an-hour road, and people drove crazy. And I would see a box turtle in the road, and I would pick it up and I would carry it like a half mile down the hill and like put it in the creek. And I remember thinking one day, like, holy shit. Number one, I have no freaking clue how long it took that turtle to get to that point. And number two, what if some bird came and picked him up because I put him there? Like, long story short, I don't know this turtle's path. Only the turtle knows its path, and the turtle carries a lot of wisdom, and so do you. So I think this is about slowing down, going within, and reconnecting to your path and your feelings and your guidance instead of looking outside of yourself. And then the next card we have is Judgment. Sorry for the light. And Judgment is, it's a karmic energy of renewal, and like the traditional Rider-Waite, it's like the people being called up for their coffins. I have a favorite band that plays the song, and the lyrics are like, wake up, leave your body lying there. And this is about reconnecting to your spiritual purpose and your spiritual path. And this is kind of saying, you need to look at, you need to see the truth You need to see the truth in the situation, and whatever it is, it's carrying a significant degree of acceptance and surrender, and acceptance and surrender are easy to say and very complex to do. You can say, okay, I accept this situation, or okay, I surrender this situation, but then within 15 seconds, you're trying to process it or figure it out. And really, acceptance and surrender come when you stop trying to fix it, or you stop trying to imagine how it could be a different way, or you stop playing it through in your mind over and over and over and over and over. And you just stop, you just put it down, and you're like, you know what? I've done all I can. I can't do anymore. And at this point, I have to have faith and trust that if something's not meant to be in my life, it's not meant to be in my life. And if it is, it'll be there. And judgment can also be about renewal in a situation. So judgment can be about second chances, whether that be in a relationship or, a situation or a job or something that you thought was over that comes back. So there's that possibility too. But I think that with the Hermit here, because the Hermit carries so much energy of yourself and focusing on you and your path, that perhaps, especially, if your light has gone out, that in going within and connecting to that thing that keeps you going, like, what is it that keeps you going? What is it that makes you, And when you reconnect to that energy, then there is an element of renewal and like kind of a refresh or a reset. And I'm getting more of that vibe from this card. And then the advice is the Knight of Pentacles. And this can be about a couple of things. It's said that the Knight of Pentacles is for sure the slowest moving knight, but he's the knight that always reaches his goal. He's the one that commits to the path and takes the small steps to get where he's going. And I think that's what this is about. I think this is about like a recommitment to your path. And then underneath here, and I wasn't going to take this, but because of what it is, I have to. We've got the Hierophant. And this card is super cool. Number one, because I've been seeing ravens everywhere, but he's holding a key. And I think if you go within and you connect, that you'll find the key to whatever you're looking for. That is the key to whatever you're looking for. And the Hierophant, I mean, this can also be, especially with the Knight of Pentacles here, this can definitely be about commitment. This could be about school for sure. This could be about someone going back to school. This could be a relationship. This could be taking a job, maybe a new job in a position where you're kind of starting at the bottom, maybe not all the way at the bottom, but it's like a new role. And like, even if you're, like I recently got hired as an executive director, but I'd never been an executive director. So even though I'm promoted to this position with a great deal of responsibility, and freedom comes with responsibility too, with the key here, and of course birds, but freedom comes with responsibility. That's a fact. I lost my train of thought. But oh yeah, when you take a new role, even if you're like super good at what you do and you've been doing what you're doing for, a long time, when you start over in a new place, you have to, kind of find your footing in that new place, find yourself, in that place and figure out how to be, and in a lot of cases, it's like how do you be in a situation that you've never experienced? You know, like there's time that it takes to like feel out the culture and feel out the people if you're lucky enough to work with other people. You know, figuring out your schedule, that kind of thing. And that takes time. You know, that takes time. But I think that if you were to look at this from a more underneath that is the Two of Swords, which is not being able to see clearly, not being able to make a decision. So this could be, you know, this could be a decision about work or school or something like that, or even a relationship, you know, especially with the Son of Pentacles. It could be an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, especially Hermit here, extra Virgo energy. But I think from, you know, from a broader perspective, that this is about a recommitment to your spiritual path, and a recommitment to yourself. And then I pulled some, I forget what this deck is called. I think that's called Keeper of the Light. Yeah, Keepers of the Light Oracle cards. And I was going to just pull one of each, but then the underlying one was so appropriate, and I was like, whatever. So the first card we got is Mother Mary, Love and Peace. Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. And, you know, there's a lot to be said, especially if you're making a decision. And if you're aligned with your spiritual path, there's not necessarily a right or wrong answer, you know. And if you come from a place of love when you make a decision, and if you come from a place of truth, and you're making a decision, you know, aligned with you and aligned with your spiritual path, then you're not going to go wrong. You're not going to go wrong. And find peace in that, I think, is what Mother Mary is saying. And then to top it off, we have Lady Portia, Divine Order. And it says, do what you know is right. Do what you know is right. What you know, not what somebody else knows, not what you think somebody thinks you should do. Do what you know and do what you feel is right. And it says an important lesson is unfolding. And then additional oracle cards, we have Surrender to Passion. And it says, get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. How appropriate is that with the Hermit? Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. And then surrender to the beauty of the natural world. And it says, take a relaxing break. Turtle knows all about that. And spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. And then from the nature oracles, we have Solitude and Vision Quest. And that just totally reiterates the messages I already said. Like, this reading is like so on point. Go within. Go within and trust your spiritual path. You know, trust your spiritual path. What's your vision? You know, what do you want? What ignites your passions? What fuels you? What keeps you going? Focus on that. Focus on that, and if I could pick it up, commit to it. Focus on that and commit to it. Even if it's like a hobby, you know, even if it's a hobby. Like, say you used to play guitar, and even if you're not super good at it because, like the Knight of Pentacles, you maybe didn't put in the time or energy. Like, for me, I know, like, I'm a trained yoga teacher, and I do yoga like once if a week, you know, and it's like, that's not a practice. It's, you know, it's doing yoga once a week. But if you have something that you care about that means something to you, you have to be willing to put in the work, you know. Like, you don't just get good at playing guitar. I mean, some people, Jarek Trucks is just good at guitar, but I guarantee you he puts in a lot of time and energy to be as good as he is, you know. And when you do that do that thing that makes you feel in the flow, that makes you feel creative and inspired, it's going to reignite, you know, it's going to reignite that flame for you. It's going to bring you that renewal, you know. Anyways, hope you guys have a good week. Bye.